Right, so we're finally going to try and fit these back windows today, or at least one of them anyway. We're going to have a trial run. So I got this from Just Campers. There's a pair obviously, and I got fitting kits. They had a deal on. I think it was £119, but towards the end of the week I'll do a video and just say how much everything costs. So there's two of them. There's a fitting kit as well. But what wasn't included in the kit was this trim. Now this trim goes, well, as I found out, it goes round. So when we cut that out, it goes over there to sort of like cover all the cut on there. Now on their installation video, it talked about this trim, but it wasn't an option to buy it on Just Campers on the package. And when I rang them up and says, oh, we don't do technical anymore now, so you've got to do a live chat. And I went to live chat, and to be honest with you, the guy was probably a little bit short with me. And he said they only did one, but on the video they have two. They have a big one for the sides and a small one for the back window. So I've also got some side windows from a company called Van Pimps. Now this has come with the Van Pimps window. So what I've done, I've ordered some more. So hopefully this seal will be sufficient for the side. So basically what we're going to do, we're just going to cut that profile out there. And then we're obviously going to bond the glass. So if Davey jumps outside now, got Davey here today, he's filming, and so it might be a bit better. So what the guy on the video says, he says get the cardboard the box comes in and tape it. It's going to start raining, isn't it, Davey? Unbelievable. And tape it to where you're going to cut out, he says, and then when you're cutting, all the hot stuff that comes off won't go on your paintwork. That's pretty sound advice, I think. So we'll see how that goes anyway. So I'm just going to pop that on there like that. That should then protect the paintwork. Although I'm not overly concerned because I will be getting this van wrapped when it comes to it. He did a lot neater job taping it on than I have, to be fair. This wants to pull off, doesn't it? But we'll see how it goes. There'll be a sort of dummy one here on our first one. Not the best masking tape, is it, David? On the stick. I have cleaned the window down as well. Anyway, that'll do me. Right, David, in you come. So, what we're going to do, the window he cut out was more this shape, and he drilled some holes at the side there just so you could get the jigsaw and the grinder started. So I guess what we'll do, no going back now. He drilled a smaller hole, and then he drilled a larger hole. Definitely no going back now. What I'm going to do on the other side, I'll get the burr off that. So that was so he could get his jigsaw in. What happened to the grinder, David? So then we're just going to literally follow this profile around with a 1mm slitting disc and see how that goes. I'm actually, because of the profile of the door, you can't actually get the grinder in, which isn't ideal. I wonder, I won't actually get the jigsaw in there, so what I might have to do is drill the holes and jigsaw it from the outside and see how we go on from there. We'll just cut the bottom there. Again, the bottom, I can't get the bottom in. That's a problem, isn't it? Right, let's cut this bar out. Just watch your face, Davey. See, I've cut through there. Let's try and cut that. Right, so I think what I've done now, I've cut as much as I can with the grinder. can't actually cut anymore. Maybe that bit there. Right, so that's as far as we can go with the grinder. Let's have a look, see what we can do with the jigsaw outside now, David. As far as you can see there, the sort of outline. Have you got a Sharpie in your pocket, David? Jen, you got a Sharpie? Thank you. So what we're going to do is just create that line like that. We know it's a curve. And I'm sure the jigsaw will meet the second part, the double, you know, the frame of the door inside. So, and then follow the track. So we're going to cut that out now with jigsaw. We'll see how we go with that. It's obviously got a metal cutting blade in it. I put a bit of masking tape on there to protect the bottom as well. There's got like a slow start on this, I hate it. Davey obviously didn't lock that jigsaw blade in properly. There we go, let's try again. It doesn't actually have a trigger on this jigsaw, you just got to press the button, which isn't ideal for this job. I get you? No. Nearly. Right, so that wasn't the best job, was it really? But anyway, we're there now. That's the window cut out. Definitely no going back now. So next thing now is to get all these sharp edges off. And then what I'm dubious of is the fact the next door neighbour's got a car there, haven't they? Right, okay, let's get rid of that. We have to have it. Right, so I'm going to get these burrs off. I'm using this little floppy disc, sandpaper disc there on there. I think it, what's grit is that, Dave? I can't see it. I haven't got my glasses on. Does it say the grit?
Is that at 115?
No, it's the size of the disc. I think it was 60 grit. Is it 60 or 80 or 40 or something? No?
80.
80 grit. So you can see there the metal burrs, look, we're just going to get them off. And I'm just going to go, you see what I've had to do, I have to put a sheet up there because the neighbour's car's there, so I'm just going to go inside and do the same. Right, we're nice and smooth now, no sharp edges on there. Thanks, you two. Thank you. Right, Davey, jump in here, mate. Right, so that's the window aperture open. Obviously the glass is going to go on there now, and now we need to protect this edge here, because obviously it's sharp and it's unsightly. But what they say to do then, and of course I haven't got the fitting kits, 1 minute, David. So the next step then is to get the primer out of the kit and apply it to the raw edge. Now what I don't want to do is waste this brush because I'm not ready to put the glass on yet and I don't know if it's going to go hard. So what I'm actually do is just find myself a little paintbrush and dab it on with that. What do you reckon, Dave? Yeah? Right, so I'm just going to get some of this primer. Probably actually that paint, it's the only paintbrush I've got. Just going to cut some of this, make this paintbrush a little bit smaller. It's not the sharpest blade in the world either. Get rid of a load of them bristles so that I can get some of this primer on this bare metal. There we go. Now, I tell you just to get it on the edge. Just prevent any rust then. Like all, isn't it? Yep. Okay, so that is primed now with the primer that comes with the kit. If your dog hears my ring alarm and it's going mad, as someone says, I'm sorry about that. I will turn off notifications for it when I get round to it. Right, so we're going to try this seal. On the video he said the small seal was for the back and the big for the side, but they said they only did one seal, so I'm assuming this is the small one because the size of it did correspond with the size they showed on their e-commerce page. So what I'm going to do, he put the joint at the bottom, but I'm thinking maybe the joint would be better at the top. So I just push it on like that. Obviously, I've deburred all this now, so it's not sharp at all, which is good. And make sure it goes right round them profiles. So even if you're a bit jagged with your cut, I suppose it doesn't matter because that's tidying that up really nice, isn't it, Debbie? I like that. Just a little bit, it wants to go over that double metal there. I know where he struggled. What he did, he just got a little hammer and flattened it if it won't go over, but it is going over successfully there. Jen, can I be a pain? Will you get us the glazing hammer out of my toolbox, please? Yeah, I'm going to cut it with a grinder, Davey, because it's got... it's just a dart at living room. Yeah, keep my toolbox in the living room. You can see that's a nice finish, that, isn't it, Davey? Yeah? I like that. So this kit, this trim kit, was off the side windows, so I've ordered myself some more of that. Is it not in there? Would it be in van? Packer box. Would you be able to get us it, please? I'll open one for you now. It should be open now. So yeah, I mean, there's obviously a lot lost in when you text messaging somebody, but the chat wasn't exactly the politest one I've ever had. I asked him, I got a code number back, we only do one, and that was it. So, you are? Anyone? Yeah. Right, what I want to do now is just, thank you. is just make sure that it's back everywhere it should be. Right, so and I get my thin cutting disc in there because there is metal in that, so I'm thinking the easiest way to cut this without compressing it would be with a 1mm disc, but we'll see. Might not cut it at all. Obviously, the grinding disc, you need to get glasses on and use all your health and safety, air defenders and all that malarkey. Right, so there we go on that. So what I'm thinking is now is I'm just going to cut that. Let's try and I'm going to just pull it off a little bit and try and estimate where it should be. That's cut through that lovely. And there you go. That's actually really nice, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so that's that trim on there. So what happens now is, I'll save that because I'm going to need that. Dave, you want to come outside? So what's going to happen now is I'm going to clean all this off again. I'm going to get rid of that so I can clean this properly. I'm going to clean this, and then what you need to do then is sand a line down there with some Scotch-Brite or some fine sandpaper, and then I'm going to put some of the primer, align the primer around there. Then you clean the glass, do the same thing, put a line of primer, and then you apply the sealant to the door of the van, and then stick the glass on. So what I'll do now, I'll just clean that off and we'll get ready to go from there. Right, so Jen's sort of holding the glass in place, so you can see now the glass is pushed up against this seal trim that we've put on there. So I'm guessing once you put your adhesive on there, when you push your glass to it, then sort of, let's say it's the back side of this, the adhesive will push out, it'll hit the glass, and then it'll seal it against that, and hopefully no sealant will push into here, and then that will bond the glass on. But you can see there, if you can see outside of it, can't you, David? No problem at all. If you jump outside now, you shouldn't be able to see in. It's just black, yeah? Yeah. Which is good, it's perfect. So they're not a bad thing at all then for the price of them, I don't think. So Jen's just going to hold that. I'm just going to just shut that door gently. So what will happen is I'll get one on. I'll probably lift it. You see it's just sat on the bottom there, look. Yeah. Probably lift it up a touch there when we tape it on. And then when we got to do the second one, I'll make sure it's in line and it's the same height. But I think for £119 they're absolutely spot on, aren't they? Well, we like them. Right, so I'll take this off now without breaking it. Can you lift it up? That's it. It does tell you that you can buy some suckers to hold it, which we have got some from fitting doors anyway. If I put that on there, what's the likelihood of it blowing off, David? That's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so you can see all the fingerprints on the glass. It does come with some glass primer, so what a primer wipe. So what we'll do, we're gonna, I'm just not quite sure what it didn't say is, so what happens is we put a line of primer all the way around there, yeah, and then the sealant goes on that primer, but we also put a line of primer around there as well, but I don't know how you're supposed to line that line up with that line. I think what we might have to do is put the glass in again and work out how far back from that seal the blacked out part is before we can put the line of primer, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. First of all, I'm going to Scotch-Brite a line all the way around there just to rough that up and just so that it'll key to that, and then we'll put a line of primer on there and then we'll have a look at the glass as well. Right, so because I can't determine where the line of primer needs to go on the glass, what I'm going to do, Jen's holding the glass in a position where it should be, so I'm just going to put this line of masking tape round it, and then I know when I take it off my primer wants to be, I'll measure that, looks about 12mm, but it wants to be 12mm away from the tape. It didn't actually explain this, he just said use your finger as a guide, but obviously that glass is sat in the position it has to go, or very much thereabouts. Obviously that black line that you can see there, the thick black line, is a lot different to the actual shape of the window. How much can you see through, Jen?
Quite a bit.
So I'm hoping, because I've got these from 2 different companies now, I'm hoping that the side windows you can see through just like these back windows. It won't be the end of the world if you can't, but it would be nice if you can see through them just as well as you can on these.
I mean, I can clearly see you, like.
Yeah, I can really see you with all that. Right, so what you've done there now is created that line. So when we take that off now, that should now, I'll measure that, looks about 12mm, like I say. Got tape in your pocket, haven't you?
Yeah. Give it a pull.
I'll measure that. It's about 13mm. So what I'll do then, when I put my primer on, I'll come 13mm in from there, which is probably the thickness of my finger, and I'll just run my finger around there and prime around the side as well. So that's that. We'll take that glass off now. Okay. You can see there now clearly where the window was. Yeah. So my line of primer, what I want is a finger width apart, so I'll then go around there like that with my primer. Because obviously we want this to bond the way it should do, and we'll take that masking tape off when it's gone off. I'm just worried that that trestle isn't as wide as that window and it's going to fall off. Right, well, if it does, it does. Right, so what I'm going to do, I haven't got any Scotch-Brite, but I've got this sandpaper there. I'm just going to rough that up on a line round there so that it bonds to that. Probably a bit. You can just see it's just taking the shine off the paint, which I'm guessing is what we want. Now I've just re-watched a little part of the video to see where he put his primer on his window, and he actually put a double line of primer around it so that he didn't miss it, which I obviously missed when I first watched that. Right, so we're good with that now. Really, I'm going to have to turn notifications off for that. Right, clean that off. So we're good there. Right, now what we want to do now is, I'll tell you what else he did as well, so that he didn't get any primer on the paintwork. Just masking tape that up there, just while he applies the primer. Right, it comes with 2 of these little felt things. What he did was just get a nice line all the way around, like so. This part of the glass obviously is blacked out, so what he did then, he just put a bit of an extra line as well around it, so that the reason why we looked again, because I just wanted to see how dry this had to be, and touch dry was the way forward with it. So happy with that one there. What I'm going to do now is just clean the glass. Just put that there so it doesn't fall off, with this glass primer wipe that comes in the kit as well. I'm guessing it's some kind of alcohol wipe, because it's evaporating very quickly. And I get all them fingerprints off there. Okay, happy with that. That's evaporated and dried off. What I'm going to do now is apply the primer to the glass. Now, we want to be about 12mm off that line. Watch you don't kick that, David, because it might be on balance and it'll flip off. Yeah. And what we're going to do then is, what he did, he just put a double line so that he was assured of getting the sealer to bond correctly. Obviously that's blacked out, like I said, and you can't actually see that. Okay, so we'll get rid of that. Put that lid on that glue. We're waiting for that to go touch dry now. Right, the sealant. Now, I reckon to put this in some warm water. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly boil the kettle and get some warm water to put that in, just so it's more pliable. Just to make it, apparently it makes it more pliable and easier to work with. So I'll just dry that off because I don't want any water to go on. I guess I'm going to have to read instructions on that, because it's the first time I've ever seen a can opener at the bottom of a thing. That's weird, isn't it? Remove all windscreen using hot knife. Blah blah blah. Prepare new windscreen. Trim molds. Apply mask on triangular bead. Right, it doesn't say out about that. I wonder is that if you want to scoop some out and apply a little bit yourself. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know. Do you set that off? Well, I don't understand how it's going to push in. It's got a can opener at the end of it. I'm really confused. I don't know. I've never ever seen that in my life. Anyway, right, so you get this. This has already been pre-cooked. Can you see that, David? Look.
Yeah.
There's a line on there. I'm assuming that is to puncture that. No, it's not. Right, so I'm assuming then that's quite stiff, that. So what I'm thinking is that goes like that, Davey. There's, look up to it, like that, yeah. So that'll give you your distance off. Yeah, and then the triangle there. No, that doesn't look right to me. That'd be better, wouldn't it? Yeah. Do you cut that off? I have no idea, it doesn't say in the video. Right, let's cut it off. Have we got a long screw there at all? Yeah.
Oh, you have to push it through.
I've never seen that before in my life.
Yeah, I've got a really long screw.
Puncture that, which we have done. Right, let's try and apply this and get this window on, because there's a massive cloud overhead, which typically has come. Right, let's I don't know which was the best way to go, Davey. Oh, that is stiff. Now I'm thinking that I'm going the wrong way. You can see now it's formed a V shape. An electric mastic gun might be good for this. Didn't really want to stop there, but this is where it is. must say, the guy who did this on the video, it's pretty seamless as he works his way around.
Got all coming from Royal Mail.
Really, but it was something else she's ordered off one of them weird sites. Jen, will you just tell me I'm filming so in case he comes round? That is my continuous bead. I felt there wasn't enough there, so I'm going to put a bit blob there, a blob there, blob there. That looks pretty continuous, doesn't it, Debbie?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're happy with that, do you think?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you're not going to see the extra anyway, so put that there. Right, so Jen,
Yep.
Debbie, just let me shut that door. Right, I'm going to offer this glass up. Just go somewhere Debbie is. Don't put your hands on the inside of the glass.
Yeah, of course.
Right, put it on my knee.
Right, I haven't got it. I've
Yeah.
just literally...
Let go of it. Is it there?
Yeah.
And that is where we want it to sit, is it? Yeah?
Yeah, is it even round the bottom?
I'm just going to push pressure on there. I think that's alright, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm just going to make sure that that seal is compressed. And
This corner needs to come down because it's too low on that corner. There.
it's not, it's fine.
Yeah, that's it.
With hindsight, it goes like that. I would probably have put some there because that's just floating now, look. There's not a lot I can do about that now. Maybe I'll put some sealant in there at a later date. Have we got the tape? I had the gaffer tape out. Is it in the van or
Yeah, can we have that gaffer tape, please, Brandon?
where is
That
it?
back, he's took one on it.
Not the gaffer. No, that's masking tape.
Oh.
Right, David, shut that door. No, shut it. Right, have you got it? That's it, you can let go. Yeah. Has it got it?
Yeah.
Right, so that's it, and hopefully that's sealed okay. And we've done an alright job. Like I say, what I might do on the next one, I've got the sealant round there, but what I might do is prime that bit there and put some there, because you've just got that random bit of glass that's not supported there, which in my mind could potentially break in future, yeah. So you've got like the sealant round there like that, but nothing there, so might put something there, but I'm happy with that, I think. Do you think it's alright? Yeah. Right, so that's how to do it when you've never done it before, I guess. There is a first time, yeah. What do you think, John? No, that was there just to stop the primer from going on there. No, because there's
sticky. What have you used? Silicone?
no, it's like a window bonder, but it's got. You see that line there? That's where it goes. So there's not actually anything there, which in my mind there wants to be a strip there, does it not?
Yeah, no, I'm just.
Yeah.
That line up at the top there, the stand by.
Yeah, it doesn't. As long as that. See, these doors aren't aligned anyway. As long as when I put this next one on, I'm the same height. We're all good. Yeah. So it doesn't matter that it's not fully up there, because it looks like it is there. Yeah. See, because that's way off the line now. Look, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're happy with that. Yeah. It's just the only thing is because you can't see if it's sealed. As it all's fully sealed, that's where the issue
Did you
comes.
put a decent blob on
I
this?
put a good blob on, John. Yeah, just. But Davey, jump in here, look. So I'm not going to pull this. What it was, John. You see that trim that I put on there?
Yeah.
So the sealant goes to the other side of that. And I guess that also then, obviously it tidies up that raw edge, but it stops the sealant from coming into the room then, doesn't it? So I'm thinking that's all right. Looks all right. We'll see what the proof will be in the pudding when it rains and it leaks.
We can make it rain when it's dry, like spraying hose pipe on it. But I don't think it will. 'Cause if you think about it anyway, water doesn't just, it drips in it from top of door.
Well, from whatever I've read though, people have said, oh, they've done it themselves and it's leaked. But I think that's a
you
good
put
job.
a decent bead on.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it squashes
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's good. Look, you see how it's cut? It's got a V,
as
so
long
it
as you
comes
put
in a
a
big
good bead
triangle.
on it, it's left in.
I think that it would have been better if there was some there, no? It's got it though, hasn't it? Yeah. Right. Okay, so that's your back window in, that's one in. I've got one more window to do on the back, which I'll do, and then we've got 2 side windows, which will be a job for another day. Okay, so that's it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.